Merhaba arkadaşlar. Um, Today I'm going to talk about words in Turkish, and you know quite a bit of words so far. We have lists of vocabulary every week. You learn them, and you continue building them. So you already know a lot of nouns and a bit of adjectives. We're gonna add more to adjectives, but I want to remind you a few things about the words. Um, so there are, inanimate objects such as kitap, kitaplık, kahve, bilgisayar, kamera, ve birçok kelime that we learned so far, right? So masa. We also learned some family words like assigned to people, anne, baba, kardeş. Right, so these are and sometimes inanimate, sometimes generic words. You know the difference between proper names and the rest of the words. For instance, Istanbul, Turkey, Didem, Burak. These are proper names, right? So what happens when we talk about foreign names such as New York, North Carolina, Seattle, you might hear Kuzey Carolina, but most probably we don't change them. So you may consider, and we maybe touched base before about this issue, what happens when you add a case ending to proper names. First of all, whatever you add to a proper name, you need to use an apostrophe, and then the rest comes. But when we talk about case endings, we know that they should follow the vowel harmony, consonant alterations, and all of that. So what happens with the foreign words, proper nouns? So let's take one example. For instance, it's a kind of difficult one for Turkish ears. Seattle. Okay, so it's written in this certain way, and now we say it in a certain way. So if I'm going to say to Seattle in Turkish, I would say Seattle'a. So I used a, even though the last vowel looks like a. To our Turkish ears, it is Seattle. So the last vowel is right? So we don't change the way it's written, but when we add a suffix to it, we add it in a way that follows the sound in our ears. So the last vowel is in its sound. So and again, we write it properly, but when we add the suffix, we consider how it sounds, because it's all about the sound anyways. I mean, vowel harmony, consonant alterations, all of those rules are there because we want to hear harmonious sound, right? So for foreign words, it's like that. And don't worry about it if you make mistakes about these things, and it's not a big deal. Over time you're going to get used to it, right? So again, don't worry about the Turkish ears, that whenever I say that, because I don't expect you to know everything about these Turkish ears. You're gonna get used to it as you hear more Turkish people speaking and watching film and stuff like that. It's going to make sense more. What else we talked? We learned the compound nouns, right? Compound nouns, two nouns come together to make a new noun, such as domates çorbası, tomato soup, İstanbul Üniversitesi, the University of Istanbul, Türkçe dersi, right? So they come together to make a new noun. And how about the adjectives? Adjectives, you already know a few. For instance, güzel, iyi, büyük, küçük. right? So you know that adjectives modify the noun that is it comes before the noun. Büyük kitap, güzel ev, iyi yemek, right? So they come right before the noun. It modifies, and that is important. So I wanted to remind you, we talked about this before, that the adjective comes before the noun if it's an adjective, working like an adjective. But if it comes after, the meaning changes. For instance, büyük kitap means big book. Kitap büyük means the book is big. So it's a completely different sentence, right? So you need to pay attention that when you use adjectives, you need to put it before the nouns in the word that you want to modify. All right, so today I'd like to introduce a way of making new nouns out of nouns or adjectives with the help of a suffix, and this is lık suffix. It's a ı type suffix, which means, as you already know, that lık, lik, luk, lük, according to vowel harmony, right? So what happens when you add lık suffix to a noun or an adjective? So let me give you a few examples. Güzel means beautiful. Beautiful. Güzellik means beauty. İyi means good. İyilik means goodness. Evli means married. Evlilik means marriage. So you see, with this suffix, we create an abstract meaning out of the original noun, and it's very useful. Sometimes, when it's attached to certain words, it creates a tool, like a word for a tool. For instance, tuz means salt. Tuzluk means salt shaker. Şeker means sugar. Şekerlik means sugar container. Göz means eyes. Gözlük means glasses. Kalem means pen. Kalemlik means pencil pouch. Kitap means book. Kitaplık means bookcase. So you see that with the lık suffix we create a new word, but this time these are tools somehow related to the word that we originally used. Okay, and sometimes the lık suffix can create very useful adjectives. For instance, kahvaltı means breakfast, right? Kahvaltılık means food for breakfast. Kahvaltılık peynir. Kahvaltılık ekmek gibi. Kış means winter. Kışlık means for winter. For instance, kışlık jacket, right? So jacket for winter, right? Which means like a thick jacket for winter. Okay, so you have more examples in your books. You can look at them. But I want to finish with a informal saying that is coming up with the lık suffix. When someone asks you, nasılsın or ne var ne yok, again, this is happening in when informal speech. You say iyilik sağlık. İyilik sağlık, which means, well, let's start with sağlık. Sağlık means health, and iyilik is the one which takes the lık suffix. Sağlık looks like it has the lık suffix, but it doesn't. The whole word means health, but iyilik does, means goodness, right? So I think it's like a nice two words come together, they rhyme, and you say iyilik sağlık, meaning goodness and health. I'm fine, right? So you can use that now. But of course, do your worksheet, study this subject matter in your books. Also, pay attention when you're learning new words. You're building your vocabulary, your repertoire. To pay attention which word, how does each word function. That's going to be helpful when you try to use them, when you read them, when you hear them somewhere. Okay, we'll talk more about it in class. Okay, kolay gelsin. Görüşürüz.